Alright guys, this is also a late video. So, I want to go over some of the rules. I'm reading them off my laptop for the UFL. And I'm actually going to go over a lot more for the UFL. Because I'll be doing videos covering a lot of the UFL stuff starting March 29th. Which will be the day before the first game, which I'll explain what that is. So right now the UFL has two different conferences, the USFL conference and the XFL conference. These two companies merged earlier this in talks of off season last year into early this year for the combination of the two. There are 8 teams in total, and the 8 teams make up both the conferences, and they are the following. And you're going to hear a really interesting name on the first conference. The USL conference will contain the Birmingham Stallions, the Memphis Showboats, the Michigan Panthers, and the Houston Roughnecks. I'll get to that in a second. The XFL conference will contain the Arlington Renegades, the San Antonio Brahmas, the DC Defenders, and my favorite team, the St. Louis Battlehawks. Now, you noticed I mentioned an XFL team in the USFL conference. I did. The team that was originally going to be given for the USFL conference for Houston would have been the original team, the Gamblers. That is not the case. Players from the Gamblers have rights for free agency or to join the Houston Roughnecks, which is now taking over for the Gamblers in the USFL conference. Pretty interesting, right? Let's go over some of the rules. The XFL point after touchdown will happen. Okay, I'll go over that, what that is in a second. Kickoffs will resemble the USFL's more traditional play style with a modification, moving the kickoff line back to the 20-yard line. So it's no longer the 25. Okay. Slight modifications have been made to the rules that overlapped, including alternate possession in the fourth. Both leagues permitted opportunity in 2023 for teams that are trailing or if scores are tied in 2024 to do a 4th and 12 option from the 28-yard line, which means it's kind of like an onside kick idea, but instead of doing an onside kick, you can choose to take a 4th and 12 from the 28, which means you need to get to the 40 or after the 40. Let's say you go 4th and 12. You do the 4th and 12 play. You're starting at the 28. You wind up at the 46. First down, you keep possession. That's gutsy, really gutsy, and I like it. I really do. I think it's actually really cool. It's what the XFL did, what the USFL did. Really good stuff. I heard, it says right here, options in the 4th quarter. I heard it was going to be 3rd and 4th quarter with 5 minutes left. I don't think that's the case. I think it's only the 4th quarter. Alright, PAT. The point after touchdown, the point after try, is again, no kick. The XFL rule will stand. 2-yard line for, the 2-yard line for a 1-point try, the 5-yard line for a 2-point try, and the 10-yard line for a 3-point try. Successful tries get the points. I'm going to say again from the kickoff, we'll look at more traditional college NFL kickoff, but will take place from the 20 of the kicking team. A kickoff out of bounds will give possession to the team, to the receiving team's 30 yards from the spot of the kickoff, or at the spot where the ball went out of bounds. Kickoff that's untouched by the receiving team may only be recovered by the kicking team up to 20 yards from the spot of the kick. Pretty awesome. Other kicking and touchback rules. This is cool. All touchbacks on kicks, punts, or kickoffs will be placed at the team's 25-yard line, which is actually interesting because it keeps it just like the NFL. You start at the 25. So no significant change there. Any punt that goes out of bounds inside the receiving team's 25-yard line will be considered a touchback and placed at the 25-yard line. Non-kicking touchbacks will also be placed there. Alternate possession option. This again is what I'm going to say. While onside kicks are allowed at any time during the game, teams will have an alternate option to retain possession in the fourth quarter. If a team is tied or behind during the fourth quarter, it may elect to retain possession after a score with a 4th and 12 from their own 28-yard line. So it is only in the fourth with what I'm reading here on rules. The 2-forward pass rule. Teams will be allowed, as if they were in both leagues last season, to throw 2 forward passes in one play. The ball cannot cross the line of scrimmage at any time prior to the second forward pass being thrown. So if you are at the 38-yard line, you're going to go for a 2 forward pass play. The first pass cannot cross the 38-yard line, the line of scrimmage. The second one will cross the 38. This one I'm actually cool with. Because this one here that I'm about to read is what they do in the NFL. And it's a good thing because some of these players will be going to the NFL right after, right from here. And several players from the NFL have already gone back to the XFL. Pretty cool. I think Johnny Manziel was one of them. I think he went over to the XFL. Don't quote me on that. Or it's somebody went over. No, Johnny Manziel was hockey, right? Who am I thinking of? Who am I thinking of? Guys, let me know who I'm thinking of in the comment section down below, because I think Johnny Manziel was hockey. I could be wrong, though. I don't know. But this is what a completed catch is here. A completed catch or interception is defined as a player securing control of the ball prior to the ball touching the ground and touching the ground inbounds with both feet or any part of his body other than the hands. This is an NFL rule they decided to bring in, like I said, and I personally think it benefits them heavily. Heavily. Pass interference, defensive. I don't know what they say about offensive yet. Defensive pass interference will result in a 15-yard penalty or a spot foul if the foul occurred less than 15 yards downfield. Intentional defensive pass interference will result in a spot foul if it is beyond the 15 yards downfield. Traditional pass interference rule, I guess. Replay review. This is cool. And this is actually one thing I want to bring up after this one here. Designated members of the officiating department may stop a game at any time before the ball is next legally put into play to review a play if the play is reviewable. It's a lot of word play in that last couple sentences. I'll read it again. Design members of the officiating department may stop a game at any point in time before the ball is next legally put in play to see if the play is reviewable at all. There is reasonable evidence to believe an error was made in the initial ruling and it would have a direct competitive impact on the game. So only if the play that is being reviewed may have an error that would have caused a change to the competitiveness of the game, they can do it. These reviews will be made from a secure location separate from the site of the game. Any call or non-call related to player safety is also subject to review at any point during the game, as well as officiating ruling in the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter, or OT, that is obviously incorrect and will have a significant impact on the outcome of the game. So they're really taking player safety to heart at this one. They're also making sure the officials don't do anything shady, and also making sure that if anything is messed up, they have a time to get it and nip it in the bud, nip it right in the butt, right as soon as it happens before the ball's put into play. By in play, I think they're talking about snapped. The snap happens. Okay. Any ruling, including fouls, potential fouls, provided the team has a timeout remaining. I'm talking about a coach's challenge. Coaches only get one challenge during the game. It's not like the NFL where they get two. They get one. They can challenge any ruling, including fouls or potential fouls, one time during the course of a contest, provided the team has a timeout remaining. Remember, it is just like the NFL. You'll lose the timeout and your challenge if you are unsuccessful. Overtime will consist of alternate scoring attempts to score from the opponent's 5-yard line. No kick allowed. Best of 3 format or until a winner has been determined. That's insane. So they're basically doing that again. These rules are actually really good. I'm actually glad to see the point after touchdown come back in. And I think my favorite rule isn't even that one. It's the catch rule. Both hands. You'll see that a lot in the NFL. You also see it now here in the UFL as well. The 29th, I'll be doing my first video because the first game of the regular season will be champion versus champion. Birmingham versus Arlington. That game is going to be good. I will have the full schedule up here. I think there's another game scheduled for week 1. I think there's another couple games. Yeah, all 4 games are here. 2 on March 30th, 2 on the 31st. I guess Friday I'm giving you all 4. And I'm going to keep track of it, guys. I'm going to have people reminding me. I'm going to leave it on my board, on the calendar behind me. Do week whatever. I think there is the same amount that there was in the XFL and UFL. There are 10 weeks in the season. There's conference championships, and there is the UFL championship. All right, cool. It's going to be crazy, guys. I can't wait to see these games. Birmingham and Arlington. I'm going to go over each of the games now, but I'll redo it on the 29th. You got Birmingham. Burlington, listen to me. Birmingham versus Arlington. I was combining the two. I'm not editing that out either. I'm leaving it. Birmingham versus Arlington. St. Louis versus Michigan. DC versus San Antonio. And Memphis versus Houston. That's what you're going to get. That's the 4 games for week 1. The first 2 games, the Birmingham and the Arlington, and the St. Louis and Michigan, they're both on Saturday. The Sunday games are DC and San An, and Memphis versus Houston. Those are the 4 games, and those are the 2 dates. I've talked a lot. I've rambled. I apologize. I really do. I ramble on. But this is huge because now we're seeing the XFL and the USFL come together as one conglomerate and put on games that I'm thinking are going to be exciting, hard-hitting, fast-paced, high-scoring. Very high-scoring. And like I said, I just can't wait for the first game. I cannot wait for the first game. Birmingham and Arlington at 1 o'clock. From Arlington, actually. Oh my god. They gave Arlington the home field advantage on this one. I forgot about that. Choctaw Stadium. And it looks like, I want to let you know now, the first two games, the Saturday games will be on Fox. Sunday will be on ESPN. So that'll be interesting as well. They worked out with another, what was it, Disney Network? Yeah, Disney Network, because Disney owns ESPN and ABC. Actually, are these on ABC? Yeah, yep. One game is on NBC for week 2. 2 on week 3. 1 in week 4. And then we have one on, in week 4 we have one on FS1. Interesting. None in week 5. Week 6 we got 1. Week 7 we have none. Week 8 we have 1. Week 9 we have 2. Week 10 we have 1. Conference Championship we have the first one on the 8th of June on ABC. Fox will contain the second one on the 9th, as well as the 16th of June for the championship of UFL. So ABC's in here too. It's mostly Fox, ESPN, and like I said, we're going to one on FS1. I don't know why, but it's on FS1. Yeah, like I said, dude, I'm excited. These are going to be games that I just can't wait. And the Stars said, and any game with a star next to it on Fox says check local listing for market recognition. Damn. I gotta check my Fox 29 to see what I get. I don't know. But I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. By the way, the noise you're hearing in the background is my brother and my dad. They're watching the Flyers game. They're playing, if I believe, they're playing Tampa Bay tonight. I believe. I don't have my phone. Anyway, I don't care. This is going to be great, though, guys. Like I keep saying, I'm just ready for it. 29th cannot come fast enough, so we can do week 1 with you guys. I'm going to stick with it. I am going to stick with it. I cannot tell you that enough. It was a big issue for me last year, and I didn't do it enough, and I'm kind of mad about that. But this year I'm going to stick with it. And the game ball. Actually, let me see if I can find that. I do want to talk about that, actually, too. Because the game ball actually came up in an instant here. Aha! Game ball. So, I want to know how much these are going to be. I will show you a picture of them in a second. If I want a football, though, how much is one of these balls going to cost me? How much will a game ball cost me for the UFL? I am scared to find this out. I am scared. Holy shit! $175. So if you have that much bread to drop on a game ball, go right ahead. I mean, tax season's right here. You might want to get one of your favorite UFL team. Actually, I'm going to show you one of them. I'll move the camera. But I do want to show you. I'll show you the St. Louis one because I'm a fan of St. Louis. Come together. Okay, cool. Move this one out the way. Bring you guys in. So this is what it looks like. It is brown in color, not bluish as the screen may project it to be. It has the UFL logo, the laces at the top. It will have the team logo down there at the bottom, as you can see. And yeah, I'm only showing you St. Louis. This is my favorite team. But yeah, if you guys have that much bread to drop on a football, get one. I may not be, because that's a shitload. And I really don't want to pay for a football. I just go to Walmart and buy a $20 Wilson football and be perfectly happy with that. But the funny thing is, some people actually have balls from the XFL from last year and from 2020. That's kind of insane, ain't it? We'll see what happens, though. The UFL is going to be amazing. I can't wait. You guys are going to wait till the 29th. I'll give all my predictions for week 1. Now that I'm done rambling like an idiot for this video, hit the like button, the subscribe button, the notification bell, and turn that notification bell to all for all videos that I have. Love you guys. Keep it real. I'm going to do the same. You guys enjoy this and get ready for more football in March. It's coming with the UFL. See you next time.